Okay, so you've spent 3 months cramming, you've got the shiny CompTIA cert or the IBM IT Support Professional Certificate, but the interviews just aren't coming. What's the deal?
The deal is, your resume still looks like a stack of receipts, not proof you can actually fix things. That $195 Coursera course gave you vocabulary, but a hiring manager at a place like Fidelity, where help desk median pay is $65,000, wants to see you've touched a real ticketing system, not just read about one.
Right. The classic catch-22. I can't get experience without a job, and I can't get a job without experience. So what am I supposed to do? Rent a data center?
Nope. You build a Homelab, a personal tech sandbox right on the laptop you already own, where you simulate an entire enterprise IT environment. Active Directory, ticketing, network configs, without a single server rack or insane internet bill.
Wait, seriously? I don't need some tricked-out used Dell PowerEdge with a jet engine fan whining in my closet?
Not at all. The absolute minimum. A CPU with virtualization support. That's Intel VTX or AMD V, which almost anything from the last decade has. 8 gigs of RAM, with at least 4 gigs free for your virtual machines and 50 gigs of free disk space. An SSD helps, but it's not a deal breaker.
I've got 16 gigs in this machine and an NVMe drive. So I'm basically good to go right now?
You're already overqualified hardware-wise. Now the real question is, what are you actually going to build on it that'll make a recruiter at General Dynamics, $55,000 median help desk pay, by the way, pause and read your resume twice?
All right, give me the first concrete project, something beyond install Linux.
Grab the free 180-day Windows Server Evaluation ISO, spin up a VM in VirtualBox, which is also free, and turn that machine into a domain controller. Create user accounts, set up group policy objects, reset passwords, lock accounts out, the whole identity management dance. Congratulations, you've just demonstrated you can handle the guts of what a junior sysadmin touches every Monday morning.
So I wouldn't just be saying, I know Active Directory. I'd have screenshots of the actual group policy editor, the user organizational units, the whole thing.
Exactly. Next, install OS Ticket, or Spiceworks, both free. Configure departments, ticket queues, SLAs, and walk a fake user from My Printer is Haunted to Resolved. That ticketing lifecycle is the heartbeat of any help desk job, and you can learn the whole thing at home without annoying a single real end user.
So I'm essentially doing the actual job. Closing tickets, categorizing issues, before I even get hired. That's wild.
And we haven't even touched networking. Download Cisco Packet Tracer, free, and build a basic network with routers, switches, VLANs, correct IP addressing, even a little NAT. You'll walk into an interview understanding why a 192.168 prefix matters, because you built it yourself, not just memorized a subnet chart.
Okay, but I've got all these projects running. How do I package this so a hiring manager actually sees it and can't ignore it?
You document absolutely everything. Screenshots, written walkthroughs, what broke, how you fixed it, put it on a personal blog, your LinkedIn articles, or a GitHub Pages site. That becomes your portfolio, tangible evidence. It's the difference between trust me and here's my domain controller build-out, step by step.
But even with all this technical proof, I keep hearing that for help desk, you actually get hired on soft skills more than on your packet tracer chops. Is that just something trainers say?
It's absolutely not fluff. You can build a beautiful network, but if a VP is screaming that their email is down and you respond with, the SMTP relay is failing because the transport rule dropped the connector, you've lost. You have to translate, the server that sends email forgot who it was for, calmly, clearly, while fixing it.
And you've got people who've been locked out of their account for the 3rd time in a week, and they're ready to bite your head off just for answering the phone.
Exactly. So you need the full set. Patience and genuine empathy to de-escalate, problem-solving to work the issue methodically without freezing, and a borderline annoying attention to detail. Because a single typo in a script or a GPO can break things at scale. Plus adaptability because tech shifts fast, and documentation, writing clean, clear records of what happened, which is exactly what you already practiced in your Homelab portfolio.
Right. So the Homelab gives you the hands-on, and your documentation habit, which is basically show don't tell on a resume, proves you can write post-incident reviews without somebody holding your hand. But what about people who need a little more structure? I'm thinking of those 15-week all-day boot camps.
You mean like Job Train? They partner with Pear Scholas, a nonprofit that's been doing this for 30 years. It's free, but it's a full-time commitment. Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, for 15 weeks. You walk out with employer-vetted skills and connections. Hard to beat $0.
15 weeks? Free? With instructors who actually show up live? That's wild. And they cover enterprise-grade servers and networking equipment? That's not just a bunch of lectures. That's real hardware time.
Right? And then on the other end of the spectrum, you've got ACI Tech Academy charging $6,000 for a 5-week IT support specialist program. No waiting list, but you're paying a premium for speed.
$6,000 for 5 weeks? Hold on. That's more per week than a semester of community college. But if you land a help desk job at Microsoft, where Glassdoor puts median total pay at $77,000, you could make that back in a few paychecks.
Yeah, but I wouldn't bet my lunch money on Microsoft's help desk being the first job. Coursera's IBM IT support. Professional certificate is 9 courses, 5 to 6 months, and it costs $195 to $234 if you finish on time. You learn ticketing systems and incident management inside an enterprise workflow. Exactly the kind of workflow you'd touch in a large org.
And that IBM badge on your LinkedIn profile actually gets recruiters' attention because they recognize the name. I've talked to hiring managers who skim for CompTIA A+ or that IBM cert. They know it means you've done more than just watch a YouTube crash course.
Don't sleep on the Microsoft one either. Same platform, same price, but it's all about Windows, Azure fundamentals, and endpoint management. If the job posting says Microsoft 365 environment, that cert basically matches the bullet points.
Okay. So between free boot camps and cheap certs, there's no excuse to be doing nothing for months 3 to 5. But here's where people get stuck. They study all day but never touch a live environment. What should they actually be building?
That DC lab you built? Now push it further. Create 2 conflicting group policy objects on purpose, like one that maps a printer and another that blocks it, and see what wins. Break replication between domain controllers, check event logs, and document the fix. When you walk into an interview and explain how you untangled a GPO loop, you're speaking the exact language hiring managers want from a junior admin.
And then break it. Join a machine to the domain with a typo, watch the trust relationship fail, and figure out how to fix it. That's real troubleshooting muscle, not just a multiple-choice question.
Take it further. Set up Azure AD Connect to sync your on-prem lab to a free Azure tenant. Free tier includes limited resources, but it's enough to show you understand hybrid identity, a buzzword that makes your resume stand out for junior admin roles.
And this is where the Homelab plus documentation combo really shines. You write a short guide on how you configured Azure AD Connect, what errors you hit, and how you fixed them. That's the kind of portfolio piece that replaces no experience on a resume.
Even better. Simulate a real incident, write a ticket, document the resolution, and close it. When I interview someone who can walk me through their Homelab ticketing system, even if it's just a Trello board or Jira free tier, that instantly signals they understand the rhythm of the job.
Speaking of rhythm, these programs like Job Train or Year Up United also emphasize soft skills, growth mindset, communication, adaptability, which is exactly what the Career Outlook report calls out. In 2026, employers are testing for that stuff in interviews, not just scanning certs.
Year Up United's curriculum literally lists higher order thinking and career and workplace success as core modules. So you're practicing analyzing information, solving problems, and then explaining your fix in a way a non-technical person can understand. That's gold.
So months 3 to 5, if you're doing a structured program, you're getting those reps. If you're self-study, you build a lab, break things, write tickets, and document everything. Either way, by month 5, you've got something hiring managers can actually look at beyond a blank resume.
And the salary bump is real. Even a Tier 1 help desk role pays $41,000 to $50,500 to start. That's not life-changing, but you're in the door. And within a year, if you've got those labs and maybe a cert, you can move to a technical support specialist role at $55K to $70K.
Plus, the Coursera article listed Microsoft Help Desk median at $77,000. But even more realistic, Fidelity Investments pays a median of $65,000 for help desk. So the range is wide, but you aren't stuck at minimum wage for years.
Right? And the BLS says the median for computer user support specialists is over $60K. So that $6,000 boot camp, if you even need it, pays for itself in a couple of months. The real cost is inaction.
Okay, but that's where people freeze. Months 3 to 5, the cert's in, the resume's done, but there's no experience on the page. The IT Career Outlook article literally says real-world projects beat theoretical knowledge. So what actually moves the needle? Homelab? Spam applications? Both?
Both. Spin up a Windows Server trial, build a domain controller, and break DNS on purpose just so you can fix it. Europe's curriculum has students doing exactly that. They work with ticketing systems and create documentation before they ever touch a real desk. Nobody's stopping you from practicing incident management on your own hardware. Show up to an interview and say, I configured Active Directory in a lab, then resolved a DHCP conflict, and you're not some zero-experience candidate anymore. That's a story a hiring manager repeats to the team.
So, be honest. If you were a human trying to break in right now, would you even bother with a help desk job? Or would you just lab your way straight into a junior sysadmin role after 6 months? I mean, the salary jump from $43K on the help desk to $80K as a sysadmin with a year or 2 under your belt, that's real.
Real talk. The lab you document is worth more than a cert alone. Course Careers research shows employers value practical projects over theory. So after you reset those passwords, write a short blog post or a GitHub wiki snapshot of your setup. That artifact proves you didn't just watch videos. You built something, and that's how you beat the no experience filter.
And on that note, we're out. Don't freeze. Go spin up a lab and break something. Rex, if you crash, I am absolutely not escalating that ticket. See you next time.